Hey guys, it's a big holiday here in the US. It is our Independence Day. July 4th, it usually consists of family, friends, food, and fireworks. And today we're going to be concentrating on the food part of this whole celebration. And one of the main dishes that we usually have is burgers. Now, how many times have you had a very bland, very overcooked, flavorless burger at your party? Probably many times in your lifetime, I bet. But don't worry, I have 6 ways you can make a better, juicier, tastier, flavorful burger for you and yours. Welcome to the Adventures of Carlienne channel. If you're new here and you love tasty recipes, experiments, kitchen gear reviews, food rants, then click the subscribe button, hit the bell button, and then you'll know when we post all of these food-related videos on our channel every Sunday. So our first tip is to make your own patties from scratch, make your own ground beef. And there's a ton of ratios or different levels of how much beef chuck to use and how much pork fat and how much all of this, experiment, try things out yourself. If something ends up being too fatty, then change it. That's the kind of the beauty of making your own patties from scratch. Some of the recipe or some of the tools that you're going to need are just basic meat grinder. You can do it by hand or not by hand, by knife, and just keep cutting, but it'll be a workout. But if you don't have a meat grinder, go at it. It honestly is worth it to make your own patty from scratch. Our second tip is to season to the max. Make your own season mixes, from dry spices, or grind your own from whole spices. You really want to incorporate a lot of flavor into the ground beef before you cook it. That's the whole point, right? You want something flavorful, you want something juicy, you want something tasty, you want something people will remember. The third tip I have is to do more for your buns. If you are able to, make your own from scratch. We enjoy potato buns, but there are brioche buns. There are just a lot of things that you can do to make or enhance your burger experience. Now, I'm lucky enough to have a burger bun person. Thank you, Peggy. If you're unable to make your own or anything, at the very least, season and toast those buns. You want to also incorporate a lot of flavor into those. Sometimes we will spread different flavored mayonnaises that we make. Maybe it's aioli, maybe it's just spreading garlic paste on one side and the other side we use some sort of Greek yogurt for something healthier, something like that. So experiment again, pretty much. All of these tips, just experiment, but you want to incorporate flavor into the bun as well as the meat. So our fourth tip is to have consistent sizing. Now, I like to use an ice cream scoop, the one with a little trigger, and then I like to portion them out. That really helps with even cooking on your pan. Now, if you're making a lot of burgers for a whole party, then the sheet pan trick is really useful. I learned this when I was a line cook at a restaurant, and basically we used to portion it all out on a sheet pan over parchment paper, then put parchment paper right on top of the little mounds that we portioned, and then smash it with another sheet pan. So this helps with, obviously it's faster, it helps with keeping all the portions consistent, and yeah, it's just easier for when you need to cook for multiple people. Our fifth tip is to add stuff to your patty. Adding milk, adding eggs, adding bread will make sure that it stays juicy and tender, even if it is overcooked. There are some people that love a well-done burger, and if that's the case, having this, milk, egg, and bread mixture in the patty will, make sure that it doesn't get too dry. Also, adding that starch and that liquid into ground meat is called a panade. So I honestly use this technique or this kind of a paste in every ground meat dish that I make. So meatballs, meatloaf, burgers, anything you can think of. I'm always making some sort of panade, just because I believe it's a good way to add flavor on top of controlling the texture much better. So for our last tip, it's to basically experiment. Make different types of burgers. So if you want a Korean inspired burger, then maybe add kimchi to the whole burger itself or in the patty. Maybe use gochujang as a spread. You know, for a South American inspired burger, use chipotle mayo, or even putting like a mole spread on the bun. You can even use that as a liquid part of your panad. Since I'm Filipino, and a Filipino inspired heart attack burger would be putting something like, you know, chopped up longanisa or tocino in the burger patty. Try different things. Experiment with different cheeses, you know, ones that melt, ones that don't melt, and still like make the burger much like more bold. You know, things like brie, things like just go crazy. There's no wrong way to make a burger in my eyes. As long as you really love how it's gonna taste, then go for it. And there you have it. Those are the 6 ways to make a better, juicier, flavorful burger. I really hope you guys enjoy your holiday here in the US. All of you guys celebrating July 4th, Independence Day. Be safe, and yeah, follow us on all the socials. Give us a thumbs like if you do any of these tips. We will be happy, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.